Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Ricardo Cabrera, and I am the Operations Manager at the Latino Chamber of Commerce of Boulder County. And today we have España Dueñas, and she
Hello.
is the Mobility and Intake Specialist at Via Mobility. And so welcome, España. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, thanks for coming. So before we talk about work, España, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. So I am born and raised in Colorado. I have been working with Via Mobility Services for about 2 years now. And married, have 3 girls, and that's pretty much it. Nothing exciting about my life.
That is pretty exciting. I'm sure 3 girls bring you lots and lots of excitement. Cool. All right, España. Well, let's get to the questions here and to get to know Via Mobility. So let's start with that. What is Via Mobility, and what kind of services do you guys provide?
Yeah, so Via Mobility Services is a transportation company, nonprofit organization that provides transportation for people over the age of 60 and people with disabilities. Um, so we pretty much provide transportation for either personal or medical related trips for that population.
So personal related. So anybody can call you and say, "I need to go to the doctor," and you take them.
Right. So it could be for trips for medical appointments or personal, such like the grocery store, the bank. So anybody that does not have transportation means or has a limitation as far as mobility that cannot get themselves to where they need to be, that's where VIA comes in. So we have a lot of people who call us to use our transportation to get to the grocery store once a week, to get to their doctor's appointments, to the bank, to the library, just everyday transportation that our riders might need.
That sounds like such a daunting, impossible task to be able to serve all these people. I mean, you said anybody, so I could call you tomorrow and say, "Hey, I need to go to the supermarket," and then you come get me?
So it is based upon availability, and there is a process. So
Mm-hmm.
if you meet that criteria, if you are over the age of 60 or a person with a disability, you would have to call to get registered first,
Mm-hmm.
and then live within our service area, which is primarily Boulder County. But we do have transportation in other areas as well. So you would get registered. Once you're registered, you can put in that request anywhere from 1 to 7 days in advance. It is all based upon availability. So it is essentially a first come, first serve type of service. But yeah, you would just let us know where you're trying to go, what time you have to be there, and then you'll arrange a time for the driver to return to pick you
Mm-hmm.
up to take you back home.
Well, that's such a great need. So I'll get back to that thought in a moment. So about eligibility, let's finish that thought first. So what? So who do you serve? Who is eligible? Because I'm assuming it's not just the general population. You may have to qualify. Is that right?
That is correct. So the criteria we look for is to be over the age of 60
Mm-hmm.
um, or a person with a disability. And that disability could be a permanent disability or it could be a temporary disability. So you
Mm-hmm.
could be under the age of 60, but you broke an arm. We've had callers who go skiing for the weekend and they come back with a broken ankle, this type of thing, and they're unable to get themselves around. So disability being permanent or temporary, and then live in one of our service areas. That is the criteria we look for.
Yes. Okay. And the medical criteria, that is such a great gap and need in the county and everywhere. I mean, I remember hearing from another individual that like 50% of the medical visits that don't go are because of transportation issues. So
Right.
for the elderly, for the over 60s, they just can't get there, and it's such a tragedy. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Um, Tell me, where are you guys located? So you said Boulder County, and I think Via Mobility, historically started in Boulder County, but you guys are expanding. Is that right?
That is correct. VIA originated in Boulder County, and that's primarily where our service area is we do provide services also in Estes Park within Estes Park, Brighton within Brighton. Recently, some parts of Weld County, which include Firestone and Frederick. And then 4 counties of the Denver metro area as well, which include Adams, Arapahoe, Denver, and Jefferson.
Wow. So you guys are a Boulder County baby, and you guys are growing up and expanding to all around the area, even Denver metro. That is great to hear. Another success for Boulder County. Thank you.
It's been busy for sure.
Wow, that is awesome. I know you guys also work with like Highway 287 and other larger county and state projects like that. Do you know about that?
There's plenty of projects in the works. Most that I'm not aware quite yet, but there's definitely projects in the works. I know that our operations manager, Lisa Bitzer, has met with people from like Larimer County, rural areas as well. We have seniors all over the place that need that transportation, as you were mentioning before, especially for their doctor's appointments. And rural areas, in some parts of Larimer and Weld County, they don't have much options. So there's definitely projects in the works for sure.
Awesome. So tell me then, how can I register? What's the process to do that?
Yeah. So you can call our mobility and intake department. There's 2 of us that are always happy to help you, myself, España, and Eva. And you can call over the phone to get registered. The phone number to call would be 303-444-3043. And we're both bilingual, so we can help either in Spanish or in English. And it's just pretty basic intake information, as like home address, date of birth, that type of thing. Once you're registered, then we will give you a brief explanation as how you can use our services and what to expect from VIA.
Awesome. So easy enough. And just so you all know, I'm going to put all this information down here in the description of this video. So you'll have phone numbers, links, and websites so you can easily find España or Eva to register and get all your questions answered.
Yeah.
Very cool. So tell me, España, anything else that you would like to share with us before we finish?
Yeah, so just briefly, within Boulder County, for about a year now since the whole pandemic started, VIA waived fares. So we have not been charging anything for about a year. We are just at the moment donation based for Boulder County. So we're just accepting donations. The suggested amount is $5 per trip. But that's a voluntary contribution. And if the writer wants to make that contribution, they can give that to it goes directly to our nonprofit fund. But pretty much it's free transportation right now for Boulder County.
Oh, wow, that's great. So with that, I have a question. So you charge for the service on a normal year?
Yeah, so prior to COVID, we did have a fare. It's pretty low fare. It was $5 each way. So it would be a $10 round trip within the same community. So if we have someone in Boulder who wanted a trip within Boulder, that would be the price. And then it would just be a $10 each way, $20 round trip if it was a town to town. So from like Boulder to Lafayette or Boulder to Longmont. But yeah, for the last year, we have not been collecting those fares. It's just been donation based.
Yeah, it sounds like it's not much different than taking the bus. But in this case, it's a special service for older, seniors and medical visits.
Well, there is a difference that I probably should have mentioned in the beginning, and now you just reminded me. VIA is a door-to-door service. So the difference between like an RTD bus and VIA would be that our drivers will come knock on our rider's door, let them know that they have arrived, help them to the vehicle. So if they need like an arm assist, if their stability is not that great, if we have someone in a wheelchair, they can help, wheel them onto the vehicle. And then they will help them off the vehicle and then accompany them all the way to their destination. So a door-to-door service rather than, like an RTD service where you have to walk to the bus stop and then kind of just go from there, figure it out by yourself. So
wow, that's awesome.
a little more personalized service.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And it's like the RTD service then on steroids to serve the population that you actually are looking to serve, which is it's great. It's still inexpensive like the RTD, so it would still be cheaper almost to take a via mobility service than having a car and then using that anyway.
Right,
So,
right. It's a good option for sure.
yeah, absolutely. Well, very cool, España. Thank you for sharing this with us.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time and experience. And before we go, I have a surprise question for you. Are you ready?
I guess so.
Okay, España. So here goes. What's your favorite word?
Oh. Favorite word. I would want to say right now, currently, maybe grace, like to be graceful, to receive grace, that type of thing. It's a good word nowadays.
Beautiful. And with that, thank you, everybody. And until next time.
Thank you. Bye.